Baddies Africa was a hot mess this episode. I am on Terra, and let's just jump straight into this episode. Anna had a point. Natalie is always wrong, and she just thinks she's untouchable. The same thing like DTV said at the last reunion for Baddies West. Now, one thing I love about Anna Mag, she gets in the paint and she do be whooping ass. Not every single time, but she really get in the paint and she ups the score because Stunner Girl, it looked like to me like Stunner Girl was trying to like grab her face and throw her on the ground. Like it was this one part round, I think two or three, how many they had. But it's like she was trying to grab Anna by the lip. I was like, if you know Stunner Girl history, you know Stunner Girl history. But this is my thing. Is Anna off the show now because she fought Natalie? It's not making sense because Natalie, aren't you a baddie? Aren't you a cast member? Like I get that you're EP or whatever, but aren't you a cast member on the show? It doesn't make sense to me because Natalie talks like Natalie is rich. I give her that. She a boss. She's very rich. But she talk like she can fight. In my opinion, she talk like, oh, and me and Stunning Girl running again. Like, first off, Natalie, sweetie, you might get a few hits in, but you ain't never been winning no fights because don't make me call Portia. Anyways, let's move along to this, y'all, because it wasn't really that much to really discuss. Meeting the newbies. First off, I don't even know why they separate everybody, but they had Baz Harley, Lex, and Summer on the bus with Cold Killer, K, and somebody named Ina, if I'm saying it correctly, because this is why I'm saying if I'm saying it correctly, because something happened on the bus that, okay, let's get into it, y'all. So, in my opinion, I felt like the little trio was basically trying to tell them, like, oh, we a trio, but they was hinting at like, oh, we was newbies last season, and we felt like the OGs was against us. And what this new little trio was basically saying was like, nah, we watched last season and we get it, like we seen it how it was, because it kind of got me when Dolly said, yeah, but we are the original trio, girl. I get that you can meet people and people can come into your life and like it's just like a great friendship, but y'all are really just meeting these people. Like I get that y'all on the show together and y'all went through a lot last season, but Bad Dolly, you was on last season, but you was barely on last season because you was always at urgent care for something, or maybe I'm losing my mind here, but Tinkerbella in DCB, which we know Tinkerbella's not even on this season because she got a baby. Congratulations. But they took Killer's song and they took Killer's whole visual, whatever. I don't know much about it. I'm actually on Twitter in a little bit to see what is this whole talk about. But Killer said they stole her song and they made it their own and they tried to say they didn't know about it. So she has a problem with DCB and Tinkerbella. And everybody knows DCB be trolling, but we're gonna stay on this specific sprinter first. So Fana Fana had a point. Call me by my name. Summer, we don't like Summer, but Summer basically was like, we don't gotta call you by your name. We don't gotta respect you and stuff like that. And we all know. Correct my name. If I tell you my name is such and such, and you calling me alligator, crocodile, and this, that, and the third, I'm gonna tell you my name is X, Y, and Z, and call me by my name. Come on, we all know when people mispronounce a name, but you basically saying anybody gotta call you by your name. I'm kind of asking to run that. People be like, it's not that deep. It is that deep, and it's a newbies. They're newbies, so they're gonna stick together regardless because we all watched last season on how this trio are. Basically, they stepped in like, nah, you gonna call my homegirl by her name. Child, they get the fighting on the sprinter. They get to fighting on the sprinter. I don't know why they just don't wait until they get off the sprinter to fight. Like, it's so much confusion on that. And if I'm not mistaken, Dolly jumped in first. I don't know. I gotta go back and watch the episode, and I just finished. But it looked like Dolly jumped in first. But I do love that they got it on and popping because, like, no, because Kay said it. We didn't claim to be a trio, but now we are. Now that y'all saying like, oh, this little trio, right now we are. We're about to act like a trio because, like I said, I feel like Dolly was saying that, oh, I fought Tasiki, I beat up DTB, I fought Ivy, such and such. She's making it seem like, oh, Taseki not here now, so I'm the big dog. You better stop before you end up in urgent care. That's all I'm gonna say. Now we meet another group of baddies. They didn't really get into this newer set that much. Like we saw like Russian, and then we saw Tavi. If I'm not, that girl from New York. She is from New York, and I'm only saying it like that because you hear it in her and you see it in her. Now, her and Diamond the Body have beef with each other. That's something like they situation started as soon as they all got on the Spencer. Hey, how y'all doing? Everything because with this Spencer, with the newest baddies, it was DTB, Scotty, Ivory, and Pretty P. Terry basically said she be trolling and Diamond be trolling and they be trolling each other, but it's a problem. And she basically said that Diamond feels entitled to stuff along with the other OGs from last season. Tavi said it. A million other people said the same thing. Why y'all coming for me? The same thing like DTB be saying to Natalie. Like, come on. Like, I don't, it's not making sense. Maybe I'm not making sense right now, but let me get back into this Sprinter. Tavi said it's like Diamond the body still got cum in her throat. I screamed. I screamed so bad because why would you say that? And we all know Diamond the body, like we know her history. She's very proud of it. So Tavi and Diamond the body get it on the bus. Why is Ivory sitting there cheering on DTB? That had me yelling. It had me yelling because Ivory's like, yeah, I told her to do this, and she mop. Ivory's so funny. Like, now that's TV Ivory I don't like, but Zeus Ivory I love. And I ain't gonna lie, Diamond ate with that fan confessional. I'm sorry. Now we get to the house. The house is this got to be the nicest house they've ever had. It's Africa, so what do we expect? It was such a beautiful house. They had a beautiful welcoming until these bitches get off the motherfucking Spencer. Oh my god. The old trio versus now the new trio was this Fana, if I'm not mistaken, Cold Killer and K. They get into it. They get the fight. And they get the fight. And I did like that Lex was basically saying, nah, we're not doing no jumping, we're not doing no jumping. And nobody was jumping. Everybody had their fair ones. And if I'm not mistaken, Dolly jumped in somebody else's fight. Again, maybe I gotta rewatch it. It's so funny because Lex that fall. I don't know if everybody peeped that, but Lex certainly fell. They get tough fighting. It's so ratchet. It was so ghetto. It was so embarrassing. And now he's like, oh, what's going on? But I don't know if it's just me, but it kind of hinted off that Natalie was telling the newest trio, like, y'all not gonna do it. That's what she's saying. Like, y'all not gonna do this. Y'all gonna either fight it or not. Why wasn't you speaking to everybody directly? She was speaking to the new trio. Like, the new trio didn't come in there and got it on and popping. The other sprinter come with the other newbies. Pretty P here. Pretty P wanna fight because they took her stuff out her purse. They took her stuff and they took her Rolex. Pretty P wanna fight. She wanna fight Summer. Summer sitting there putting the Rolex on. Like, oh, you is big and bad. Pretty P got in the field with her. One thing we love about Pretty P confessionals, whatever she talking about her confessionals, she gonna back it up right there on the field. We love Pretty P. We probably did was kind of sliding with her a little bit in the beginning of last season, but Pretty P, we love her, okay? She got in the paint and she told Summer, like, you gonna be bloody. And that's exactly what she did to her. She threw the Rolex. Summer threw that girl Rolex in the pond. It's just like, Summer, you are a likable person because you get in the paint, but you're also an annoying person. I'm sorry, let's go back to the first person with the bus. That's why Summer really wanted to fight that girl and was disrespecting her name because she called her out. I'm so sorry that I'm saying this now, but she called her out. It was like, you say this and you say that, but you start your own problems. I'm sorry, now let's go back to the house. I don't understand why Dolly has said when Dolly was standing there after Summer got beat up. It was like, oh, we all know Summer can't fight. Bitch, aren't you my friend? I mean, yeah, it's true, but aren't you my friend at the end of the day? I was kind of confused on why she said that. DTV get there and Natalie go with her right then and right there. Natalie told DTB, you're going to give me respect. Now let's pause here. I don't care how much money I'm making and such the third. I don't gotta give nobody respect but the man above. Maybe that is just me. I don't know. Tavi and DTB get the fighting once again, but this time this is a fair fight because they're not on the sprinter now. Like, so again, wait until y'all get off the sprinter. It's no space, and y'all got some meat on y'all bones. Okay, y'all can't fight on no sprinter. You can't really focus on a fight because Ivory dumbass is sitting there coaching them. Like, Ivory is so funny. And then we just see Big Lex come out of nowhere and sneak Scotty. What is the problem? Like, she came and sneaked her out of nowhere. And y'all know what Zeus do. They cut the episode off. Be sure to subscribe to my channel because I watch almost everything.